Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the really wonderful Lemax Jolly Roger. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Jolly Roger, it was originally released as a Michaels exclusive in 2007. It then released publicly everywhere in 2008 and was retired in 2017. Now for the SKU number, we have 75572. Let me give you some dimensions here. We have 12.01 inches high, 11.22 inches wide, and 5.59 inches deep. Product type, Sights and Sounds, and it is made of a poly resin. Now that is my assumption. There was actually no information on that, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. Now let's talk power. This is a very different than anything we are used to, so please listen close if you're looking for a new one, or a new power supply rather. It is going to be a 9-volt AC. That's right, AC. Normally we see DC power here. This power supply and the information online is 9-volt AC, and it draws about 450 milliamps. Also, your power supply is included. As far as your switch, it is a standard roll on and off switch, including your volume, but it is separate from where you plug it in. There's two separate cables there, one for power, one for the volume. Okay, let's talk price. We have an original price of $69.99. The price currently, though, however, and there was not many of them up for me to even really look at, to be honest, so this is kind of an estimate on kind of what I think and what I've seen in the past. They tend to go for somewhere around 150 to 200 bucks. This one here, I got a fantastic deal on. I think it was only 50 bucks from a kind of a wholesaler thing. They had a bunch of houses. He was selling his collection, that kind of thing. But normally, especially during the season, they're going to go sky high, especially these ships. They're hard to get, and some of them in particular are just so awesome that people just have to have them when they come up. So be on the lookout and be careful with that price. Okay, so that about wraps up all the facts here, and before we take a closer look at the ship itself, I want to send a quick shout out to Weffy's Closet, today's sponsor. You can go to weffyscloset.com for all of your jewelry needs. They have everything from men's jewelry to women's jewelry to couples jewelry. It's just a fantastic place, and I think you will enjoy it, and if so, use code Mike10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order. So thank you to Weffy's Closet. Okay, so here we are, the Jolly Roger. This thing is huge, and there is so much detail. It's one of my favorite pieces Lemax has ever made, and you're gonna see why right here. Now, I wanna give you a little heads up, because this ship is so big, and I took so much different footage and things like that of this to really try to cover as much as I can. I'm basically gonna be showing you a bunch of different clips while I'm kind of talking over it, but just please take it in, because this is one of those pieces that it's really worth every dime, and you're gonna see why. And for those of you who bought it when it came out, what a deal this must have been for you. So here we go, starting from the top. There, like, again, here we go. You're gonna see that detail. You're gonna hear me say this the whole video. Right from the top, you're gonna see everything from the main flag that says Jolly Roger to people climbing up the poles. I know there's proper names, but I'm just too excited. Anyways, and there's a bunch of everything from like the flags to the rope to just everything. There's netting. I mean, this is a full-on ship. And yes, I know there's proper terms for all of this stuff, but just kind of bear with me here. All the strings that hold up everything are made to look like they hold up everything. It's really heavy on the skeleton theme as well. It's just, there's so much to see, and it's just awesome. As you start working your way down to the main ship itself, there is so many different pirates, and all of them detailed, every single one of them. And they're all doing different things. You have one driving the ship, you even have some throwing up, drinking, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're really having a pirate kind of party, selling the seas, right? So really cool on that. And again, whether you're looking at the deck, you know, everything, it's really finely detailed. That is just the number one thing about this piece. Super unique, super cool. All right, so as you work your way down more, this is going to be one of the stars of the show, no questions, the cannons. This is like the main thing that captures people's eye aside from the ship itself. They light up and they go with the sound. There's a bunch of them. Now, please note though, but for some reason, they only light up on one side. There are cannons there are cannons on both sides, but for some reason they only light up on one. I thought maybe something was wrong with mine, but when I looked in the cannons on the other side, there was no LEDs in there like there is on this side. So anyways, just a heads up on that, but really the way I displayed it doesn't seem to really bother me all that much, but it would have been nice to have. But anyways, the cannons are really, really cool. There's more skulls, as you can see, kind of themed throughout this thing. It looks like it was made of wood, and again, even the wood grain is carved beautifully. Now, as you work your way down to the bottom, you are going to see the ocean. That's right, the ocean itself. And as the ship rocks, it makes a really cool effect. Now, the waves do not, the ocean and the waves do not light up either. I tend to like to shine some kind of light there, something like that, just because it's so cool and it was clearly crafted really well to look like the ocean. So it would have been cool to see some lights there too. But nonetheless, when this thing is rocking on the waves, it's pretty realistic. It's almost scary. Okay, so really cool there. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is the front of the ship. My God, I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited. So there's definitely some more flags there, some different sayings, things like that. But honestly, the skull with the red light up eyes, my God, that thing is spooky and it just caps off the ship perfectly. And when you're sailing the high seas and you see that coming with that skull, you're going, we got a problem. I mean, this thing is crazy cool. And also note the gold trim too. It kind of goes all the way around the ship, but particularly in the front, really nice. So I know I'm kind of skipping all over the place here. It's just because there's so many things I want to hit and show you. So the next thing I want you to see is the cage that hangs off the side. It doesn't necessarily move on its own, but it does move naturally because of the flow of the ship. And it reminds me of a lot of the Lemax cage monster. It's that kind of build. It's kind of the similar in size, kind of feels the same. It's got some cool little monsters in there as well, prisoners of the seas, if you will. So really cool effect on that. I like it. Again, if you put a little spotlight on that, talk about a highlight. Another thing I'd like to show you is on the middle of the deck itself, I guess this would be the boat house thing where maybe you go underneath, I guess is what it would be. But anyway, it's really cool. There's a little light that shines. I love the purple glow. The purple and the Spooky Town stuff is just great. I really enjoy that. So to see that there right in the dead center of the ship really creates a nice, cool little effect. And again, it's detailed. That's the thing here, right? I mean, there's a total theme of detail everywhere around this ship. So long story short, guys, I love this. There's a few other ships out there that Lemax makes that I'd love to collect them all. I think I have maybe 2 of them right now, but they're hard to find, so be on the lookout. I mean, really, guys, these are one of those accent pieces that you kind of go, God, that's big. What am I going to do with it? You'll find a place. And I don't have necessarily a whole pirate themed area, especially when I first started. I have a little bit more pirate stuff now in full transparency. But at the time, it wasn't like some big collection that I had. And I knew, though, that I would figure it out, find a place for it. You will too. Even if you put it up to the edge of your village, if you have no other pirate stuff, pair it up right at the edge as if it's coming in. If it's coming into town, you can build on it after that. There's a few pieces that go with it, like the Dead Man's Mine is a cool one I like to pair with it. Dead Man's Point is another really cool one for this. But anyways, nonetheless, guys, this is an opportunity to expand your village in all new directions. I think you will love it. I hope you got a pretty decent idea of what I'm talking about today. Like I said, there was a lot to cover and it was hard to kind of put everything in order because when I get excited about something, I just want to show you. I want to give it to you exactly how I'm feeling at that moment, and that's what you got here today. So, okay, that about wraps everything up. I'm going to go ahead and hit the lights. Thanks again to our sponsor, Weffy's Closet, and as always, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.